Ghoulish Halloween, written by Swiss Diablo, art Achilles Kima, read by Swiss Diablo. Autumn has arrived in Capital City, and the whole city has started decorating the city for the Nightmare Night. Even a week earlier, Principal Celestia, Vice Principal Luna had announced that Canterlot High School would have their Nightmare party at the school. All the students were look forward to the party, and everyone talked about what kind of costume they would wear. One afternoon, after school had ended, the girls had gathered at Shukuk Cafe to talk about the nightmare party. I'm looking forward to the rainbow party, said Rainbow. I do too, but it's going to be so much fun, said Pinky. Will be my first nightmare party at Canton High School, said Twilight. You will have so much fun with the party, said Sunset. You really will, said Applejack. We had so much fun last year, darling, said Rarity. Yes, we really did, said Rainbow. What are you going to do to the party this year? I don't know yet, said Twilight. That was a good question, Sugar Cube. We hadn't even decided yet myself either. The girls sat quietly for a while, thinking about what kind of costume they would wear. They had a week to decide what to dress for the party. I know we will find some good costumes, said Rarity. That's true. I will try to find a good costume. Are you going to, Fluttershy, to the party? Flutter asked Rarity. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. You're usually a little nervous about Nightmare Night before, said Rainbow. Yes, but this year I will have fun with the party. You have the right near my night spirit. Things Sunset. They remained at the cafe, but after they left, Fluttershy, Rainbow, and Pinky were driven home by Rarity. Sunset remained with Applejack by her car. Want to ride that, Sunset? Thanks, but I'll probably go home since it's a nice afternoon. Okay, see you at school tomorrow. We do. Bye then, Applejack. Bye, Sunset. Applejack drove away while Sunset stood there for a while, looking out at the street and seeing the various shops had decorated for Nightmare Night. She smiled and then went home. Once at home, she sat on the couch, watched some TV. She had been looking forward to the Nightmare Night to celebrate with her friends. She saw her book and she chose to talk to a little with Twilight. Then she wrote to her. They wrote to each other to keep in touch and update what was happening in their lives. Today we talked about before night night party, and we are all looking forward to it. It sounds fun, and I know you will have fun at the party. I know we have enough for tough, but we hadn't even decided which costume we would to wear. You come up with something, and you get some inspiration. You're right. We will find some good costumes. I will have fun with my friend and here in Equestria before night night in Ponyville. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks, Sunset. I really appreciate it. They sat for 1.5 hours until Twilight had to leave. Sunset remained on the couch watching some TV rest of the day. She's looking forward to the party because she had promised Flash that she would dance with him at the party. Because they got together again and she really likes him. The next day at school, Sunset talked to her friends if they would come up with a suit costume yet, but they didn't have any come up with a good suit costume yet. Maybe we'd go to the mall after school to see if there's any good costume that we could get inspiration from. That sounds like a great idea, darling. I agreed, Suzuki Cube. Everyone agreed to meet at the statue after school was over to go to the mall. The rest of the school day went well. During the lunch, Sunset sat with Flash I'm looking forward to the party. Me too. Where are you going to the party to be? I was going to be a wizard. That's a good choice. Thank you. I look forward to having fun at the party with you, says Flash. Sunset smiled and gave him a kiss on the cheek. I'm looking forward to dancing with you at the party. I'm looking forward to it. After school ended, Sunset waited with Fluttershy, Rainbow, Pinkie, and Twilight for Rarity at the statue. When she arrived, they went into Applejack's and Rarity's car and went to the mall. They went to a costume shop. They looked around for costumes to find some inspiration on what to choose. They looked around and saw some nice costumes that they liked. I think I like this one, said Rarity. I like this, said Applejack. I like this cat costume, said Fluttershy. This vampire costume is cool, said Rainbow. Though we cannot afford them to buy them. With the costume costing $60 plus the one with the makeup, Sunset looked at the price of one of the costumes, and her friends looked at the price of theirs and that which they liked. She is right. We can't afford them. It's typically when we can't buy them, said Rainbow. What are we going to do then? Said Fluttershy. Maybe we can make some money by getting enough together to being able to buy them. It's a great idea, Fluttershy, said Sunset. Thank you. I think it's worth a try. Darling, you are right. We'll probably try. We can try to raise enough money. With our jobs, we probably do some small jobs to get enough together. You're probably right, Dash, said Sunset. The girls looked around at the price they chose to work so they could raise enough money to be able to buy the costumes. They left the cosmetic store and went to the cafe nearby, wondering what other jobs we should do to raise some money. Maybe we can rake gardens to get some money. That's a good suggestion, Sugar Cube. We have to do everything we can to raise money since we have a 1 week on us, said Rainbow. Then we have to try to raise money before the week is over. Dash has a point. That we will succeed, said Sunset. We will, said Applejack. After they had, Applejack had given Pinkie, Rainbow, Fluttershy, and Sunset ride home. Sunset, though, she was thought about how to raise enough money. She was sitting on the couch when her phone rang, and she thought it was Flash calling. Hey, Flash, what do you want? Hey, Sunset, I want to ask you if you want to come over tomorrow. I can do that since it's Saturday tomorrow. Is something wrong? No, nothing is wrong. Just me and my friends are found a good costume, but it costs a little bit more than I can afford. That's sad to hear. I have decided to raise it. We have decided to raise enough money, extra money. You will make it. Thanks. We appreciate it. If the will be helpful, my parents would probably pay you if you wrecked our backyard and some other things. You think they would? I think so. Good. You can come over tomorrow if they want, if it goes well. Then we'll do it. Okay, but I can stay over after we're done. That sounds like a good idea. They sat and talked for a while before she hang up. Sunset sent a text message to Applejack and Rainbow about ID, and both of us are okay to come over to Flash to help her. The next day at 1 p.m., Sunset was waiting outside her apartment for Applejack and Rainbow to pick her up. After picking her up, they went to Flash home, who was sitting outside waiting for her. Hey, good you came. Of course. We want to come over to help you. My dad gave me a list of things that you can do to get paid well. Can we see the list? Said Applejack. Sure, here you have it, Aunt AJ. Thanks, Match. Applejack, Rainbow, and Sunset looked at the list, and there were some things that were from raking leaves, cutting some branches out of the tree in the back and the house, and mowing the grass. This is not going to be difficult. How much will we get paid? Asked Rainbow. You get $30. It sounds good, well paid. Agreed. Good, then we start. You will find what you need in the shed behind the house. Thank you so much for helping us. I always will help when you need. Help when you need. The girls went behind the house, and while Flash went in again, they found the tools in the shed. Rainbow and Sunset chose to rake the leaves together, while Applejack chose to cut the branches of the tree. After Rainbow and Sunset were done raking the leaves together, they put in a big sack. Then Applejack cut the grass after they were done. Flash came out to them. You have done a great job to my parents. They will be proud of your work. Thanks, Sugar Cube. We appreciate it. We're just happy to help. As a promise, here's your payment. $30, 20 plus more as a bonus for the work. You don't have to give us extra. I think you deserve it. Thanks, Flash. We are happy to take the money. Thanks, Flash. If you need more help, you can call us, said Rainbow. I will remember that. Santa gave Flash a kiss. Now we're one step closer to being able to buy the costumes, said Rainbow. I hope we will rather succeed. I'm sure they will succeed. Sunset then said goodbye to Applejack and Rainbow, who jumped into Applejack's car and left. Sunset kept the money they received from Flash so that she can keep it in her apartment. Sunset and Flash watched some TV together. You worked really hard. We really did. But I know we will raise enough money for it. I think so too. A little later, Flash drove Sunset home and she gave him a kiss outside the apartment before she went inside. Once at home, she received a text message from Fluttershy. She wrote that she managed to earn $40 by walking some dogs. She told her that she and Pinky are going to have to try to sell some cupcakes in the neighborhood but to raise some money. Santa wrote that she wished them good luck and she knows that they will succeed in raising some money. Already by the next day, Pinky had baked many cupcakes. She and Fluttershy walked around in Pinky's neighborhood and knocked on the doors to try to sell. Everyone in Pinky's neighborhood liked her pastries, and they ran out of cupcakes only in her neighborhood. Pinky had baked several, so she had gone back home to pick up the rest. So then they went to Fluttershy's neighborhood to sell cupcakes. In the afternoon at 4 p.m., they had managed to sell the last of the cupcakes and they counted how much they had earned. We have managed to raise $100 for all the boxes. It's a good news. It's just not far enough it's not far to get rest of them, said Pinky. We will get along with rest. I know we will come. We will, said Pinky. Pinky and Fluttershy went home to Fluttershy to take the easy rest of the day. They had told their friends how they were doing. Rainbow also said that she managed to raise $50 by raking some of her neighbors' gardens. When Monday came, the girls met by the statue before the school started. We managed to gather enough during the weekend. We really do, said Rainbow. Has anyone seen Rarity? Asked Fluttershy. I haven't seen her. She seems to be late. She's probably coming soon, said Rainbow. Just then they heard a car and they saw it was Rarity's car drive in the parking lot and she stepped out and walked out to her friends. You're a little late, Rarity, said Rainbow. I'm sorry, darling, but I have some good news. What's the good news? Said Sunset. I have sold some clothes in my store to raise money for our costumes. How much did you get to make? I raised $120 in total. Her friends watched Rarity in shock that she managed to get so much from her own store. It is incredible, Rarity. Thank you, darling. Now we need at least $60 more so we can buy the costumes. How do we do with the makeup? I can arrange that, darling. Then we'll be able to get the costumes on time. We really will. We will probably have her to hurry before the bell rings, said Fluttershy. You're probably right, Fluttershy, said Red Sunset. The girls hurried in and picked up their books for the first class. Now the girls are really excited because soon they'll be able to buy the costumes for the party on Friday. During the school day, the girls were tense, with one the next sped and closer of the last money together. After school was over, Sunset and Twilight would hang out at Twilight's home so they would do their homework together. Twilight's mother picked them up from school at Twilight's home. Sunset and Twilight sat in the living room working on the homework together. I'm looking forward to the nightmare party. Same here, said Sunset. We will get the last money together before Friday. I know we will. After they've done their homework, they usually take something to eat, and they had some since they start to get hungry. Hope we will get the last $60 soon. We will get the last money together before Friday. I know that. You're probably right, said Sunset. A little later in the afternoon, Sunset was driven home by Twilight's dad. Once at home, Sunset sat on the couch and thought about the party. She knows that she will have so much fun there. A couple of days later at school, Sunset is sitting with her friends and when Applejack arrives and sits down next to them. I have good news. What is good news? I have managed to raise the last $60, Sugar Cube. What did we get to do with that money? I helped a neighbor cut some branches of the tree and chop them down to some edible firewood. It's good, Applejack. Now we have enough money for a party. We can go buy the costumes after school is over. I think we do. Then we say it. After school was over, they went to the mall and went to the same store and chose the costumes they had chosen before and paid for them. What do you think if we made some changes in the costumes to make them better? I don't mind, said Applejack. Then our costumes will be even better. I agreed, said Rainbow. I'm on that too, said Fluttershy. Then we can leave the costumes in my shop and I will have a work on them at once, said Rarity. Everyone was okay with that, and Rarity returned home after she dropped off Pinky Sunset at their home. She immediately started working on the costumes since the party was in 3 days, so she had a little time to fix the costumes in time. But her friends knew that she could handle it. The very next day, Rarity had called her friends to come over to the store because she was done with the costumes. When they arrived at the store, they were expected to what the costumes would be like after Rarity had worked on them. What do you think of the costumes now? Rarity showed her friends the costumes after her work. Sugar Cube, you had done an incredible job on them. I agreed with AG. They're really good. Thank darling. Please to try them. Her friends went to the changing rooms and changed into costumes when it came out. They looked in the mirror. I love your work on my cat suit or costume. It turned out perfect. I agree. I like my vampire costume get better. My witch costume is even better, said Twilight. Thank you. I appreciate that you like them. Even my country girl costume look actually got even better. Can we see your costume, Rarity? Said Sunset. Of course, darling. Rarity went in the changing room, and a moment later, she steps out and her friends looks at her. What an incredible difference in it to make you after you walked on it, said Sunset. Thanks. I like this vampire costume too. I like my mummy costume, and now we are ready for the party, said Pinky. Yes, now we are ready for the party, said Applejack. The girls took the costumes home and looked forward to the party. 2 days later, the girls could see the entire gym hall being decorated for the nightmare party. Now I can't wait any longer before the party. I cannot either, said Pinky. We will have so much fun. You're right, said Pink, said Applejack. They only had one half day of school since the parties started at 5 p.m. so the students would have enough time to get ready for the party. After school was ended around 1 p.m., the girls, as they were the rest of school, were ready for the party. The girls went home and got ready. Sunset was chosen her witch costume just like Twilight. At 4:30 p.m., Sunset would be picked up by Rarity. When Sunset was standing outside waiting for Rarity, she saw a limousine stopping in front of her. She wonders what is it doing there, until she sees the door open and Rarity stands by the door. Rarity, what are you doing in the limousine? I rented it to take us to the party. It has must been expensive to rent. Yes, but I had sold more clothes so I could rent it to take us to the party. I thought about the good in style. Wow, so the others are there with you? That's right, darling. Rainbow stood at the door. Jump in, Sunset. We'll be late to the party. I'm coming. Sunset jumped in the limousine and sat next to Rarity. I had no idea you were planning to take us Rarity in a limousine. None of us knew about it until we saw outside our home when with Rarity in it. Sugar Cute. I think it's a great idea. I agree with you, Fluttershy. Soon the limousine arrived at the school, and Rarity paid the driver and they went in the cab in the school to the gym. Soon all the students had arrived in their costumes. Principal Celestia arrived. Welcome all their students to our annual Nightmare Night party. I hope you will have a fun dinner party tonight. We will also nominate this year's Nightmare Night couple to see who won. All the students started hanging out as the music started. Sunset saw the Flash in his wizard costume and approached him. What a great costume you have, Sunset. Thank you, Flash. You're handsome, you do. Thanks, I thought you would like it. I do, Flash. Maybe you want to dance with me? I would like that. Sunset took Flash by hand and he led her to the dance floor and to start dancing. Sunset has so much fun with Flash and they even danced. After the dance, they went to the table where they had snacks and drinks. Her friends had also so much fun at the party, dancing to dates and hanging out with their other friends there. The party lasted for 3 hours and was about to end at 9 p.m. Everyone had so much fun dancing, hanging out with their friends. The teachers, Celestia and Luna, had also a good time at the party. At 8:30 p.m., it was time to reveal which couple won this year's Nightmare Nights couple. Luna approached Celestia with a note. Now it's time to reveal which couple who won this Nightmare Night. Everyone was so curious about which pair might have won, and they were so eager to hear the answer. The winning couple is Soren and Rainbow Dash. Everyone started cheering, and Soren and Rainbow went up to Celestia, who gave them a bag of each sweets or candy and shook her hand. Thank you. I'm surprised, Soren, and I won. I'm still surprised, but I'm happy, said Soren. Let's enjoy the last half hour of the party, said Celestia. Everyone started dancing and talking to their friends. Rainbow, Soren approached Rainbow's friends. Congratulations, Rainbow, Soren. You deserve the win, said Sunset. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sunset. We appreciate it. Although we were still surprised we won, said Rainbow. I agree with you, Dash. Let's go and dance some more before the party's over. Of course, said Rainbow. Rainbow took Soren's hand and led him to the dance floor. Even her friends used to have one last dance for the dates before the party was over. When it was 9 p.m., Celestia and Luna thanked all the students for coming to the party and hoped that everyone had a good time. Sunset and her friends stood outside the gym hall waiting for the parents to come up to pick them up. Sunset were driven home by Flash. What a nightmare party, said Sunset. I agreed, it was more fun than I thought it would be, said Twilight. I agreed, said Rainbow. Our costumes also turned out well, said Fluttershy. I agreed with you, darling. I had so much fun at the party. Me and Sandwich, she's, she Sandwich had so much fun too at the party, said Pinky. We noticed that you two had so much fun, said Sunset. Everyone laughed and they said goodbye to each other when their parents showed up. Flash drove Sunset home to her apartment. I just want to thank you for a nice evening, said Flash. You deserved it. Just because you were so a gentleman, said Sunset. Sunset gave Flash a kiss, and after he left, Sunset stood on the sidewalk looking up at the evening sky and looked at the stars in the sky. Happy Nightmare Night, my friends. We had an incredible evening. Then she went into her apartment and got ready to sleep, and it didn't take long for her to sleep. The end.